My witchy apothecary is looking super depressive right now, which is a crisis, and we are going to change this in the most unnecessarily adventurous way possible. Alright, good morning. I hope you are doing well, and sorry for the sweat. I just filmed me running through this dandelion field, which was the best thing I have ever done. And I know I always say this, but hands down, it was so much fun. And yeah, as I just said, my apothecary is completely empty, and I have been so annoyed because I got ill and I was like, girl, I haven't even foraged yet, so give me some time before I get ill so I can use my own herbal medicine. And so this is exactly what we are going to do and just have a good time. It is so pretty outside, and the flowers, the bees, the butterflies are all accompanying us. And yeah, I'm just in such a good mood. Just being out here already healed me, I feel like. So I hope you enjoy. But before we go on our little adventure and see what we can forage in nature for the apothecary, let's dress up more whimsical, because I'm a green witch. I love to look cute when I'm foraging for no practical reason, but we at least look cute. So let's sew something real quick, which will also keep us protected from the sun. So don't forget to protect yourself from the sun. And then let's meet up again here. So see you in a second. Okay, so I recently thrifted this really cute looking skirt, and it is part of a German dirndl. Unfortunately, it is too small, so I do not fit into this, but it has a magical button, which makes it the most perfect base for a cape. And I also collected many of these kinds of laces in macrame pieces. I have them in different shapes and forms and styles and colors and materials, and so I'm going to sew these onto the cape to make it the most whimsical cape we can ever imagine. And then I think we are dressed up enough to go foraging into the forest where literally no one can see us, but at least we look cute. Okay, so the whimsy cape is finished, and while I was sewing, I saw these from the corner of my eyes and I completely forgot about them. They are glass pieces from an old chandelier, and I found them in the thrift store as well, and I thought that they could be really cute to just thrift flip. And for first I was like, maybe they can be earrings, which I still may do, but I just watched the Witchet Atelier and I am so inspired to make a necklace with one of them. And by the way, if you are looking to watch something whimsical right now, please watch the Witchet Atelier, such a good anime. I read the manga a few years ago and I love the story, I love the drawing style, and it's just a really cute whimsy anime. And yeah, it reminds me of Howl's Moving Castle, which is always a good thing. So I highly recommend, if you are looking for something whimsical, magical to watch. And I now am going to use some magic and turn it into an enchanted pendant, because I want to be even more whimsical and magical when I go outside. Okay, so this is exactly the reason why I never bring Bella with me on our adventures. There was this huge wolf-like dog, still pretty young I think, and the owner was this small girl and she had no control whatsoever over her dog. And then this other woman came and I was like, be careful, there is a dog without any leash, because she also had a small dog. And yeah, that's the reason, because Bella has been attacked so many times by big dogs without any leash. Nothing happened. I usually like lift her up and then the dogs jump onto me and try to play or whatever. Like, nothing seriously happened, but obviously Bella is small, so even just playing can get her injured really seriously. And so yeah, that's why you never see Bella with me outside when I'm alone, because I don't want to film and then maybe a dog without any leash attacks her, maybe a hawk or something from the sky is suddenly grabbing her. There is so many dangers for my tiny puppy, and that's why you never see her outside. She is safe at home and I take her on her walks 2 to 3 times a day, depending on if it's raining, if she wants to walk or not. But yeah, shows me that I'm doing the right thing, not bringing my tiny puppy into the dangerous forest. Okay, so do you see this little purple patch? I think this is all flowers. So the next destination is already decided. Let's jump into the fairy portal and let's see what these are. I'm so excited. Okay, so I wanted to walk to the purple flowers, but I don't know if you can see. I think there is like wild pigs roaming this area, and I think now is the time when they have their children. So I don't know if it's a good idea to walk there where they probably are hiding and are hiding their babies as well. So I don't know if I'm brave enough to jump there, because you can see like everywhere on the ground that there is wild pigs. Okay, so I don't know how long I have been here. It really feels like I'm in fairy realm, because time seems to not exist and it is so pretty. I really hope I could capture the beauty of this place, because this is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen, and no wild pigs. So we were lucky today. I can't really not believe what I found. Okay, so I already found the hazelnut leaves and the dandelion, and maybe you are wondering what I'm going to do with the hazelnut leaves, but I just learned that you can turn them into a flower, and you can also use birch leaves to turn into flour, and then you can use it in your kitchen. And I was thinking maybe baking some bread with it. I have to see what I'm going to do with them, but for now they anyways have to dry first, and then I can turn them into some flour. But I'm super excited. I'm so excited to stock up my apothecary this year and really get serious with foraging and collecting. So yeah, now all we are missing is the nettle, also the dead nettle I think it is called, and cleavers is something I want to stock up on as well. And yeah, I'm starting easy, because even though I'm a green witch, I haven't been foraging many things, to be honest. I was always going safe, like with the things you can totally identify, which is always what you should do. But I feel like I can identify more, and I just have to study more and be brave. And so yeah, I am putting myself out there and doing some field studies, doing some research, documenting all of the flowers and plants that I come across, and see if they have any medicinal or magical properties that I can work with. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. It's a good day, and I'm so happy that I can breathe fresh air again. The roses that I showed you just now already had this really gentle, subtle smell. But yeah, I'm happy. And I'm happy that I can walk longer than 2 seconds, and I don't have to breathe for 5 minutes before I can take a step again. It's good. It's good. We are grateful. Okay, so you would think that I know which plant I just encountered and how it looked like, but this is something that I realized. I encounter a plant, but I have a hard time remembering the details, and that's why I started sitting down after these encounters and trying to remember as much as I can. And yeah, that's just a little exercise to get better at recognizing plants and identifying plants and just remembering what I just stumbled across. So, yay. I think I'm getting closer, but I still haven't found it yet. So, let's see if we can find out what we just encountered. Okay, let's go home because I need something to drink and I have my coffee in the car. So let's go home, let's prepare something with the dandelions, and yeah, let's just spend our day like a real green witch. I'm so tired. I have been running so much. Good morning. Okay, so it is the next day and this time I brought Bella with me because I'm not in the forest, obviously, and so she can join us on our foraging adventure. I wanted her to enjoy the sun and the weather as well, and so yeah, we have a little companion. And yesterday I may or may not have lost the little jar with all of my dandelion seeds in it. So I came equipped with another jar. And as you can see, I'm at the field where we collected all of the dandelions to make lemonade. And I'm going to collect the seeds again because I want to grow some microgreens. And yeah, I hope I can fill this up to have a lot of delicious little dandelion leaves. But as you can see, the yellow dandelions are gone, so I don't know if I can make the oxymel that I planned to do this weekend, but this is the fun about foraging. You never know what you come across, and there is always surprises. Like yesterday I finally found the horsetail that I have been trying to find for such a long time, and now I finally have a place where I can collect it in the spring and throughout the year whenever it's growing. I haven't done a lot of research about it, but yeah, that's the fun about foraging. And so let's collect some dandelion seeds. Let's see if we can do some journaling to study the plants that we encounter and just enjoy this day. And as you can see, there is this beautiful hawthorn everywhere, and I'm going to harvest some of the branches because these flowers are said to be really good to strengthen the heart, and so I think I'm going to turn them into some tea. But yeah, you can totally smell it. If you have ever smelled hawthorn, you know exactly what I mean. But I just love this plant so much, and they said that you should harvest the petals in the shadow because that's where they stay fresh longer. So I think we found the perfect candidate. But yeah, Bella is getting a little bit frustrated because she wants to play, but there is like these mistlberries everywhere and they are toxic for dogs, and she stepped into one of them, so we are off to a good start. Please don't poop on me. Okay, so a quick change in scenery, and I hope we can be louder than she is. Like this girl, she is singing so loud. But yeah, little change in scenery. We took the ferry portal to get here real quick, and before that, we dropped Bella off at home because, as I said, she stepped into a mistletoe berry, which is poisonous to dogs, and so I brought her home and washed her little feet, which she hates, but safety first. And so, yeah, I want to do a little bit of studying and just write down what is in my smart little book right here. I have a few of like herbal books that are dating back to the 20th century. I think I even have one from the 19th century, which I love because I just love collecting the wisdom from all of the different centuries. And while we walked here, no, while we took the ferry portal to here, I met this lady and she looked at me and she was like, "Are you looking for like herbs?" And like I had my camera and she was like, "Are you also like taking pictures?" And there is something on my nose, which is super itchy. But she was like, "Are you collecting herbs?" And I was like, "Yeah, are you too?" And so you had two green witches meeting. And I'm always so happy when I see people just reaching out to me and they are not looking and staring at me. They are curious and they just ask like, "What are you doing?" And it's usually the older people who are like, "What are you doing?" And so we had this conversation about herbs and she recommended an app to me, which I'm a little bit on the fence when it comes to apps and kind of identifying plants. Let me know what you think about that, but I like to trust myself when it comes to these kind of things. But it was good. I'm happy. She said there's like wild sage, just walk a little bit uphill and you will see it. And here we are. I'm really, really happy and I love these conversations. But yeah, I feel like whenever I'm looking for something in specific, I do not find it. And when I don't look for something at all, I find everything. Like I found wild strawberries, I found stinging nettles, still a little bit too close to like the walking path to my liking. But we found even more hawthorn. I found white dead nettle, which is beautiful. And so I don't know. I feel like I should never have something in mind when foraging and just learn everything I can about all of the herbs out there and then go outside and be able to be like, "That's this and that's that, so let's collect it." But it's fine. I have a lot of fun. Okay, sorry, there was a car and I did not know if I'm allowed to film here, so I quickly turned off. But yeah, now let's study a little bit. I will share what I learned and let me know if you know anything else about these plants because I like to learn from you as well. So let's do that. And why am I holding my pencil like this? So we are back home and I am so tired, but in the best way possible. I feel so fulfilled because I have been foraging for the past 2 days and I encountered so many new plants and herbs and trees that I really wanted to find but haven't found yet in nature until like this weekend. And so I am so grateful that I can see, I can smell, I can walk to these places and also share them with you. So I am really filled with gratitude right now. And what I learned this weekend is that when it comes to foraging, it really is all about timing, because you may find a plant one day and the next day it is gone. And so I'm kind of making a plan right now where I write down what I encountered when and where, and kind of make my own calendar for the year, because I feel like at this point I have a few cool places where I know like this is growing here, and then at this place I know that there is a bunch of these herbs. And so I am a really happy green witch and I am happy that we did this together. So I hope you got inspired to, even if you don't forage, just go outside and see what's growing in your local area. But yeah, because I had so much fun, I want to embroider a little bit. You know that I love painting the herbs and flowers that I encounter and like writing things down that I learned about them. But I also thought that we could embroider little brooches that we can then, and I hope I said this correctly because it sounded wrong, brooches. I want to embroider little pins that I can then put onto my backpack and kind of proudly share the plants that I already know and studied about. And you know, kind of when people put these stickers onto their luggage, I want to put pins with the flowers that I forage onto my backpack and just slow down a little bit because I am super tired. But again, I feel very fulfilled and content. Okay, so here's the idea. I want to kind of make these little parchment roll brooches where I write down the Latin name, which I think really goes well with my aesthetic. And so yeah, this will be the little parchment roll. The Latin name for dandelion is Taraxum, and I now realized that I should have taken Latin instead of French in high school, but whatever, I can still learn. But yeah, this is the idea and I hope it will turn out cute. I think I'm going to glue this once it is finished onto some kind of leather to make it more durable, and then I put the pin on the back of it. So I don't know, let's see how this little brooch will turn out. And don't worry, you will get one at the end of this video as well. Okay, quick break from embroidering because my wrist hurts, but I thought I'm giving you a quick update on what has been going on in my life recently. And my voice still sounds funny because I have been ill 3 times in 4 weeks. I had the flu, I got food poisoning, and then I had the flu again. And I feel like this time God really forced me to take a break. And if you have been here for a while, you know that I do not like to take breaks. I love to do my thing. I love to thrift and craft and create content. And this time I was really forced to take a break because I could not move. I was laying in my bed for multiple days and just trying to get better. And I, in the beginning, was so annoyed. I was like, I want to do something. I want to create content. And then it like slowly shifted to the sense of gratitude because I was like, girl, your body is literally fighting for you right now to get better. And you know, when you are healthy, there is all of these things that you want and you can complain about. But when you are not healthy, the only thing you want back is your health, which is something so paradox. And it really made me thinking, because I was like, you only want to get better now, but when you are healthy, you complain about all of these things. And so I really started to take my health serious in the past few weeks, and I drink my juices, I take my vitamins, I slow down. I really try to cherish my body and be grateful for what it does every single day for me. And I also have been trying to reduce my stress, which was not as easy because I had to do some adult decisions, and I am terrified of everything that is labeled tax or paperwork. I am so terrified that I will literally freeze. And so I had to do one of these decisions. I had to buy a car. And I knew that this day would come because my car is already 18 years old. It is still in use, like I still have it. But whenever I had to drive for a longer time, like a long road trip, I was terrified that my car would break down on the street. And so I knew it would come. And so the first time that I started considering really buying a car was when Mercury was retrograde. And so I went to the car shop with my parents, and they saw this car, which was a good deal. And they were like, you should get this car. But in my mind, I was like, it is Mercury retrograde. I cannot buy a car right now. And I had the biggest anxiety attack in my life. And so I called the car shop owner and I was like, I'm not getting this car. I'm sorry, but I will think about like this other car and get back to you when I'm ready, which is exactly what I did. And I have been eyeing this car for multiple months now. And so last week I went back and I bought it. And in the end, it was not as scary as I thought. But in my mind, there is always like this big scary scenario first. And I managed everything, which I'm super proud of. I'm proud that I bought the car that I wanted and not the car that everybody wanted me to buy. And so there is a new car, which again was terrifying, but we made it. And so I hope when you see this, if there is something that you are terrified of right now, be brave and listen to your own intuition. Listen if it's good for you and right for you. And if you feel it, act on it, because sometimes we have to do scary things. So yeah, this is another update, and I feel really good because I can feel that a shift happened, which is good because I'm trying to get into like the change, as you probably know. So yeah, this has been going on in the past 2 weeks, and now I would say let's finish our little brooch. All right, magical one. So I hope you are ready for this moment. I know it's the moment you have been waiting for, but I hereby proudly present you your own badge of foraging. And this is the Taraxa Cum foraging badge, which you deserve because you spent all of these days with me outside foraging, studying, walking thousands of steps. So there you go. Don't be shy. This is yours and you totally deserve it. All right, so I hope you took your badge of foraging, but I also really hope that you enjoyed this video and hanging out with me. And if you did, Please do not forget to do the YouTube magic, like the video, subscribe, hype the video, comment something down below, and share the video, because all of this shows the YouTube fairies that they can recommend my content to more people, and it is getting harder for your content to be shown to a big audience. So if you could take a minute and interact with the video, it really means the world to me. And yeah, with that being said, we will hang out again next week. So I really hope you have a beautiful, magical week, and see you then. Oh, I think I do it like this. I got rusty, like not filming for 1.5 weeks. But see you then. Bye bye.